Hi there, Jesse with eTrailer. Today we'll be taking a look at and I'll show you how to install the CURT Custom Fit Hitch on our 2025 Chevrolet Trax. Adding a hitch to a vehicle like the Trax makes a lot of sense. It is a crossover, but it doesn't have a ton of storage space on the inside. So this is going to give you the ability to add extra storage space on the rear of the vehicle, whether it be through a bike rack or a cargo carrier or something like that. It even opens up the possibility to do some light-duty towing. Now for a closer look at our hitch here, you'll see the cross tube is slightly concealed, but mostly all you'll see is the receiver opening, which is a standard 2" by 2" receiver opening. Then behind that we have another standard 5/8" pinhole. A pin and clip is not included with the hitch. However, we have many options available here at eTrailer. Also, any accessory you add on will most likely come with one included. And then we have our wire type safety cable loop here. It's super easy to access with any safety cable you might have, whether it be an S-hook or a clevis style like this. Now for some measurements. From the ground to the top of the inside of the collar is about 12.5 inches, so just keep that in mind. Any accessory that you might add on here, I would most likely look for one with a slight rise to it. From the center of the pinhole to the edge of the bumper, looks like it's about 2.5 inches. So keep that in mind for any folding accessory you might add on, just to ensure it doesn't make contact with the vehicle. Now for the weight capacities on this hitch, we have a gross trailer weight of 2,000 pounds. That's the amount of weight that you can pull behind the vehicle, and a maximum tongue weight of 200 pounds, which is the amount of weight pushing down on the vehicle. Always be sure to double check your owner's manual to ensure that your Trax can handle that weight safely. All in all, if you're looking for a Class 3 hitch for your Chevy, you really can't go wrong with the CURT option today. As far as the install goes, it's very simple. It's just a matter of fishing a couple bolts on each side and getting the help of a friend to lift the weight of the hitch up into place. If that's not something that you think you can handle yourself, maybe you just don't have the time, the space, or the tools to do so, feel free to check out our dealer locator. But if you are ready to get this installed yourself, feel free to follow along and I'll show you how we did ours. We'll begin our install under the vehicle here, working on our mounting points for the hitch. We'll see that we have a hole here and a hole here. Those are the holes that our bolts will come out of, and we'll feed our fish wire up through this larger hole. But first I have to cut some of this sealant out just to make our hitch sit more flush. So you can use a scraper or something like that, but I'm using a pocket knife, just working my way underneath it, and then I'll peel some of it off. Now we can set up our hardware. We'll need our fish wire, our spacer block, and our carriage bolt. I already have the rearward hole ready. I recommend doing that one first, but the process is essentially the same. We'll go through the hole that we plan on coming out of, feed our fish wire through this larger hole, and we'll jam our spacer block up there and thread on our carriage bolt, pull that through. Then we'll get our hardware set up on the driver's side as well. Now with our nuts in hand and the help of my friend Tom here, we'll lift our hitch into place. I'm going to start out focusing on the exhaust side. Once we get it lifted up here, we can feed our fish wires through our hole. And then hold on to our fish wires as we lift it up. You don't want to get them tangled in the back like I did just there. Once we get into place, we can pull our bolts through. I'll get this one first. Pull our fish wire off. And get one nut started. If you're having issues getting your nut started on this back bolt, you can kind of stick your finger through and hold the back of it just as long as you got somebody holding up the hitch for you. But we got that installed, and we'll get the rest of our nuts on. Now we'll take an 11/16 socket and get everything tightened down. Now we need to torque all of our hardware down to the specification listed in the instructions. If you don't have your own torque wrench, we do have some available here at eTrailer, or you can most likely rent one from your local auto parts store. I'll just go through and torque all 4 of our nuts down. And that's going to do it for our look at and installation of the CURT Custom Fit Hitch on our 2025 Chevrolet Trax.